Yo salama swali. Beta mona impila bambuta, tatekita na boma. Ntangu beta songa boba into ya minduki.
Ngeke zola.
Inki mebwa.
You have arrived at your destination.
Telema.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Another group of child soldiers. No, must be a squad they had out on patrol. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself. There he is, the commander. Okay, that's the general's room. Boss.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Get the engagement, bote.
Boss, another child soldier has entered the village. Must have been out on patrol. Looks like they had more than one patrol out. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself. That's the target prisoner. He's injured. Looks half-starved, too. There's no way he can stand the shock of a Fulton extraction. Get him out by chopper. Don't hurt any of those kids. Disengage, or use your tranquilizer pistol or CQC to put him down gently.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Guard post captured. Please select a landing zone. A support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Bangi ya General ya Bakala Lumbu Mosi Tata ya Bankaka na Mono Elaka Mono Mambu General Sabaka Bantu ya Buta ya Mbele Etinkaka Mosi Beto Nyoso Ebampangi Atampidina Ya Ikentango
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
helicopter has arrived. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
That's the way.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Please supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. requested.
Approaching position.
Support helicopter
This is
has
Pequod.
arrived.
I have arrived at marker. Following SOP. This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
You've completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
Mission info
Gaining
has been
altitude.
updated.
Departing.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete. Great work. Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the general's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care. Boss, we have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper.
Mission
Look
list
closely.
updated.
Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa. Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. That'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid. I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up.
Plane approaching.
We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this. Going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you. Jobs come in. It's a hit. I'm the human trafficker who sent Shabani and the others to Nzoya Badia Bulu, where you ran into Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid.
Specify a project. Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Deploying.
Logistics officer who works as a human trafficker on the side. The client wants him dead. He's currently on the run somewhere on the savannah with bodyguards. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Ditati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Ditati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. Find the route. Find the man.
Be careful down there, boss.
base. Enemy
You made it to the Ditati abandoned village.
has been
That's where the enemy
updated.
PF's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key.
Analysis
Look for an
complete.
antenna.
Analysis complete. The map has been updated.
Baas het die plan vir nagoorlog gefinaliseer. Hulle gaan vir almal in die eenheid flitslig wapen toebehore gee.
Ligte, hè? Dis net so goed jy maak 'n banier op jou voorkop vas wat sê, skiet my.
Hang af van hoe jy dit gebruik.
Alles geht voller, das steht hier. Und angefangen. Alle Eenheden beschermen ihre Posities.
trafficker is trying to make contact with a human rights NGO. He hopes that by handing over his list of buyers, they'll guarantee his safety. I don't get it. Why an NGO? Why run to someone else for help?
Fire! Cover me!
Please select a strike point. Support helicopter requested. Please select a strike point. Please select a strike point. Enemy presence detected. Map has been detected.
This is B-Quad. Approaching position.